a fatal shooting at a local bar. Plus, a story of perseverance for two sisters despite Hurricane Katrina. Hear how they beat the odds.
We are checking a couple of showers across the area on this Sunday evening. What's in store for your work week, though? The forecast just ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rosalind Giles. Topping our news tonight, a man is dead after an early morning shooting in Lagrange. Lagrange police say 24-year-old Tobias Ogletree was shot in the back at the Good Times bar on Hogansville Road around 3 this morning. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Witnesses inside the bar say they heard at least 2 gunshots. Police do not have a name or description of a suspect yet. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Also in Lagrange, police are investigating a man he says he was cut near his eye during an altercation. Rico Allen is accused of cutting the victim with an unknown object near his left eye after police say a verbal dispute happened at a home in the 100 block of Daniel Street and it turned into a physical altercation. The victim was transferred to the West Georgia Medical Center for his injuries. Police are asking anyone with additional information on the incident to contact them at the number you see there on your screen. A local family is asking for the public's help tonight in finding a missing teenager. 14-year-old Mercedes Mims went missing after school on Friday. Her mother says she was at school all day but never returned home. She is an 8th grader at the alternative school on Forest Road, which is housed at the Edgewood Student Services Center. She stands about 5'7" with brown eyes and black hair. Tears flowed as the mother talked about the ordeal with us this afternoon and made an emotional plea to her daughter.
Just come home. We love you. You're not in trouble. Ain't nobody upset with you. Come home. Just come home. That's all I need her to do. Come home. We don't even have to talk about this. She just come home and know that she's at home and she's loved and taken care of. That's all I need.
If you have any information on Mercedes' whereabouts, you're asked to call police at 706-653-3400. Hurricane Katrina made landfall on the Gulf Coast 10 years ago this weekend. The storm displaced 2 sisters and business owners who have called the Fountain City their home for the last 9 years. Newsleader 9's Arisha Jones has the story.
The 2 New Orleans sisters refused to let Katrina stop them. Now 10 years later, they're in the Chattahoochee Valley with a food truck that keeps their Louisiana roots alive.
But yeah, it's just hard.
Looking through pictures of the damage Hurricane Katrina caused in 2005 is still emotional for Kizzy Johnson. Taking the advice of New Orleans officials, she and her family left the city during the mandatory evacuations.
A few items, obviously, so that we can do laundry, personal hygiene items, and the clothing on our back.
First going to Baton Rouge, then Maryland, Johnson and her family returned to the flooded city 2 months after the storm hit.
Only to return to nothing. Everything had been wiped out. Our home was totally submerged up to the rooftop.
For 9 years, Johnson and her sister has made Columbus home.
I happened to find out about a program that allowed Katrina and Rita evacuees to come here and purchase homes under a discounted amount.
They also have a food truck trailer that is part of the Phoenix City Food Truck Park.
Offering some of the love that we have from New Orleans so that everyone gets to experience a little bit of that, even if it's through food.
Driving through parts of the Gulf Coast and New Orleans, Johnson still sees signs of devastation.
One thing that actually is gut-wrenching for us, 10 years later, we're still in the rebuilding phase. I think 10 years is more than enough time.
To visit family or attend a Mardi Gras parade, Johnson says she will always call New Orleans home. In Columbus, I'm Arisha Jones for Fox 54 News.
More than 1,500 Louisiana residents lost their lives during Hurricane Katrina, 2 in Georgia and 2 in Alabama. Starting tomorrow, multiple states across the southeast, including Alabama and Georgia, will be teaming up to crack down on drunk drivers. The 24th annual Hands Across the Border initiative is a partnership between multiple southern states to put a serious dent in the number of impaired drivers hitting the road for Labor Day. Police say if you're caught, you will not get a warning. You'll go straight to jail. The campaign begins tomorrow and lasts through Friday, September 4th. Officials have identified the fan who died after falling last night from the upper deck at a Braves game. Officials say 60-year-old Gregory Murray fell head over feet from the upper deck during the 7th inning. He landed on a concrete walkway right in front of a row of fans. Police are investigating the fall, but they do not suspect foul play. In a statement, the Atlanta Braves offered their deepest condolences to the family. Well, a few raindrops in our viewing area earlier today, but a very nice Sunday overall. For more on your wake-up weather forecast, here's Elizabeth.
Thanks, Rosalind. We had a couple showers for some, heavier rainfall for others. Temperature-wise, we were mostly in the 80s. We did get 90 there in Eufaula, 87 that high in Columbus. You can tell some of the cooler spots to our north, thanks to the rain that came through this afternoon, kept the temperatures down. We're going to see a very similar day tomorrow. Low rain chances and temperatures staying in the 80s for those afternoon highs. We have started to get a couple of spotty showers across the area this evening, though. I wanted to zoom in and show you where we are seeing some of that spotty shower activity south of Columbus here in Muskogee County, over in Lee County, up towards Valley on the Alabama side. These aren't amounting to too much, and they're not moving too much, so they'll quickly rain themselves out heading into the overnight hours. Currently in the 70s. Tomorrow morning we'll start off in the low 70s. Also areas of patchy fog definitely possible, so be careful with that. More on your 7-day forecast though coming up.
When a child receives a serious diagnosis, this undoubtedly impacts the entire family. One Opelika bakery is teaming up with a national nonprofit organization to bring some families to an East Alabama area. Well, News Leader 9's Rosanna Smith has a story, all new at 11.
The Schmeichel family first came to Cakeopotamus last year when the oldest son, Jaden, who has hypoplastic left heart syndrome, was selected to receive a dream cake for his 9th birthday.
It's just a birthday cake to us, but they think it is the best thing in the world.
There was no shortage of smiles or excitement as the family returned for another visit, this time for celebration cakes for Jaden's youngest siblings, Grayson and Gracelyn.
Because having a serious major illness is a full-time job, the siblings are very much impacted by loving their brother or sister and watching them go to the doctor. These siblings are honestly the unsung superheroes.
Now these two cakes, along with the memories, cost this family nothing at all, thanks to the partnership between Cakeopotamus and Icing Smiles.
Parents usually do not, or frequently don't have time to remember to plan an elaborate birthday party or order that birthday cake a month in advance so that they can get it. So that's where we are.
For Mandy Buckaloo, the bakery's owner, she says this is just a small sacrifice she can make in giving these families a moment to let go of some of the everyday worries they carry.
It is so much fun because I have never met an unpleasant Icing Smiles family. They're all wonderful and so sweet and so loving.
And it's the willingness to give without anything in return that keeps these families encouraged.
It has just been a blessing to us. We're just thankful.
Creating smiles and memories that will last even when the cake is gone. Rosanna Smith in Opelika, WTVM News Leader 9.
Very sweet. Well, the Chattahoochee Valley certainly jazzed up tonight during the Jazz on the River concert. The concert took place at Woodruff Riverfront Park along the Riverwalk tonight. Jazz artists performed during Davis Broadcasting's free concert series. People came out to enjoy the music while lounging on the banks of the river.
And of course, it's just for family, friends, fun. Come on out, bring your lawn chairs, your coolers, and just have a good day to start off that first week to get back to work. You know, start our Monday the right way.
The next concert will be held Sunday, September 27th at Woodruff Park. Safe to say, one event this weekend made waves in Pine Mountain. All new at 11, Callaway Gardens hosted the 2015 USA National Wake Surf Championship this weekend. The competition featured the best pro and amateur wake surf athletes in the world, where participants say all serious wake surfers tried to make it to Callaway Gardens for this event.
We've been competing all season on the World Tour, and this is the last stop until the World Championships. So everyone that's a professional wake surfer or a wake surfer in general tries to make it out here for this contest, and we're just surfing behind a boat having fun.
The competition is the premier qualifying competition stop for the 2015 World Series of Wake Surfing and the championship. Coming up on the news at 11, we'll take you to the emotional memorial service for the two journalists killed on live TV earlier this week. Plus, Hillary Clinton isn't the only 2016 frontrunner looking over her shoulder. We'll tell the Republican gaining ground on GOP favorite Donald Trump, according to a new poll.
Coverage you can count on. This is WTVM News Leader 9.
A time for tears and laughter. Roanoke, Virginia TV station WDBJ held a memorial service for Allison Parker and Adam Ward today. The two journalists were murdered on air by a disgruntled former coworker while doing their jobs last week. Colleagues remembered the two as two hard-working journalists taken much too soon. The station's general manager talked about the emotions of that horrific day.
I was angry at the miscreant. I was angry at the mental health system. I was angry over the easy access to weapons. I was angry about, well, being angry. I try not to be angry at God. But anger, what a destructive force.
The third victim in Wednesday's shooting, Vicki Gardner, is still recovering from her wounds. Meanwhile, multiple sources reporting earlier tonight that famed horror director Wes Craven has died at the age of 76. He was battling brain cancer. Craven directed such horror blockbuster series as A Night on Elm Street, The Hills Have Eyes, and Scream. A new poll finds that Republican presidential candidate Ben Carson is gaining on Donald Trump in Iowa. The Des Moines Register and Bloomberg Politics released the results of their survey Saturday. They found that Trump has the support of 23% of likely Republican caucus goers in Iowa, while Carson is at 18%. Pollsters interviewed 400 Iowa voters who said they would definitely or probably attend the 2016 Republican caucuses. On the other side of the aisle, Hillary Clinton has seen her lead over Bernie Sanders dwindle to 7 points. All right, talking about the weather in the morning, a lot of people want to know what it's going to be like as those kids head out to the bus stop.
Not too bad in the morning time. A little areas of patchy fog definitely possible, but I guess if you're heading to the bus stop, that's not a big issue. Temperatures for today right at average. This week it's going to be a similar situation. We're also going to keep the chance of rain in the forecast. More details on that coming up after the break.